have a lot to talk about today. Well, there will be no shortage of topics for today's show. First and foremost, well, two things as I look at this cup of coffee. You see how it says Ray?
Who's Ray?
Greg is the hardest name to understand through like the Starbucks intercom system. It's anything but Greg every single time.
At least Ray, it doesn't say gay.
Yeah, Ray, Rick, you name it. But the second thing is, do you see how there's coffee all over the place? It's just a fucking mess, dude. And when I was tipping the cup, it was like dripping out of here. So it's probably going to continue to do that. But my question is this: how come we can put robots on Mars that can send pictures back that are HD, and the most like well-known coffee company in the history of planet Earth can't make a cup that just doesn't spill?
So you know what the problem is, though? I don't know if you see this. The seam on the cup is directly beneath the pour spout. That's like, I've never served anybody a cup of coffee in my entire life, but everybody knows you don't fucking do that.
You're saying this seam here?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Oh, see how easy dude.
And that's uncalled for.
I mean, I don't want it.
Come on, Starbucks.
I was about to say it's a little overfilled, but I don't want to complain about getting too much coffee. No. So this, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take this lid off, and I'm just going to drink like this today, because I know if I keep that lid on, there's going to be some type of catastrophic consequences.
Yeah, it's already off to a pretty bad start.
But like I always say, man, if the worst part of my day is a bad coffee lid, that's fucking winning.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. This is a first world problems opening to the podcast, but you know.
Pretty good. However, when I'm paying first world prices, I can have first world expectations. Because when a cup of coffee, what are they now? $6?
I don't know, dude. I've just started drinking Folgers, man. Just accepted my fate. That's just how it is.
Dude, Costco has a company called, I think it's Pete's.
Oh yeah, yep.
And bro, it's fucking good coffee.
It's really good.
I think it's better than Starbucks.
They have Death Wish also.
I just got some of that. I tried it for the first time yesterday. The jury's still out.
It's pretty bold. It's strong as shit though.
I like that though. Typically, I'm also kicking caffeine after 12 o'clock p.m.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was drinking coffee literally up until bedtime. And then you guys have been listening for years about my insomniac problems. And I was reading about it. It's like, well, the first thing you should do is cut caffeine out of your life after noon. So we'll see if that changes anything.
Times it. It's almost 11. I gotta fucking move on.
Yeah. The other thing that's going on right now is an atmospheric river.
Oh my God.
Wasn't this just called rain when we were kids?
When did this become a thing?
It's so funny.
When did we need to come up with a term for really fucking rainy?
Yeah, sure. It's funny that I didn't even have to cue you in a little bit.
It was on my mind on the way over here. My God.
I just saw this thing online, and it says something like another atmospheric river is about to hit Washington State.
One?
50 million or 200 million years ago.
Jesus God, man.
And everybody's freaking out right now because for those of you that aren't up here in the Pacific Northwest, here in Washington, we are having a pretty bad flood. I just got off the phone with Mark because people are trying to board horses at his ranch.
Oh, yeah.
And they're already filled up. The fairground in Monroe is now taking horses for farms that are flooded. But and don't get me wrong, like it sucks, and like let's get together with the community. I was making some phone calls and whatnot. But also, it's nothing new. This has been happening since I was a little boy.
And there's rivers and lakes, and if you don't live up here, there's a lot of water moving around up here. So when snow melts, water comes down, it's a thing.
And you get an atmospheric river coming in.
Someone from outside of Washington came up with that, I bet.
Well, did you hear what they called it last year?
Rain?
A bomb cyclone. You heard that one?
No. What?
So, and I might fuck this up, but I think the bomb cyclone the direction of travel is different than a hurricane. Because we got
Goes to the left and hurricanes go to the right.
That might be it. No, that's once they pass the equator. But there's something about how the wind patterns are formed. You can't call it a hurricane. Because remember we were having hurricane force winds last year?
Sure. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It knocked down all the trees out of my Granite Falls
A bunch
property.
of trees went down in my property too. Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's hurricane rated conditions, but we can't call it a hurricane because the wind forms in a different manner. So when it's up here in the Pacific Northwest, it's a bomb cyclone.
We don't want to misgender the weather.
Bro, isn't that what it comes down to?
Yeah. We want to respect all weather patterns equally.
Yeah, I want to have a fun, good episode because, in full disclosure, I think last week's episode kind of sucked, and there was no guest; it was just me. So I can talk shit on myself. But I was driving here, and I was like, I don't think people realize how much of a commitment one episode a week is. And that doesn't mean like, oh, poor me. It's so hard to be a podcaster. I'm just saying, in order to continuously put out good content every week for 5 years. Bro, it's like jiu-jitsu. Sometimes you leave practice and you're like, ugh, today wasn't my day.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you've done like hundreds of these now.
Dude,
right?
this is 287.
Yeah. So
that's a rule of percentages.
287 weeks in a row, you've had to have shit to talk about.
Isn't that crazy?
And sometimes not a lot's going on.
Yeah, not a lot's going on. Or sometimes a lot is going on between my ears that I don't necessarily feel like sharing, you know? Yeah. So it's like, and bro, there's been a lot of time. I shouldn't say a lot of times, but there's definitely over 20 times when I'm like, fuck the podcast. I'm not fucking going in today. And it usually revolves around like some type of issue at home. And you know how it is. Once your home isn't, your home needs to be your sanctuary. Once the alignment of the energy in your home is in misalignment, everything else sucks.
Yeah, everything emanates from there.
Fuck the gym, fuck the podcast, fuck everything. Yeah. I'm going to pack my bags and you're never going to see me again. Super dramatic shit, right?
Going into the woods, I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
One with the wolves now.
And, but every single time I felt that, I'm like, you know what, dude, this is something I'm committed to. And you want to know what's interesting is, obviously I feel a commitment to the listeners because there's a lot of people that derive a lot of value from the show. I hear that very often, but I also have an actual contract, and Vortex is a sponsor. Element is a sponsor.
Yeah.
These companies have agreed that my show provides enough value that they want to have a monetary exchange to have their products featured. And that's always what I fall back on. I'm like, fuck, you literally have a business deal. Mm-hmm. And are those companies going to come after me if I decide to say I'm fucking skipping a week? No, they won't. But it's also not doing the right thing either.
Well, you're representing your people.
That's right.
You know, doing it. Representing things that, I drink Element every time I train here. I've got Vortex scopes on 2 of my guns, but exactly, just people that get behind you, you want to make sure that you're flying the flag for them.
Yeah.
And just like you said too, man, just keeping up, not your image or your brand, but it's like, well, you started doing this for a reason because it's meaningful and it helps you and it helps other people. So even just like anything else, when it's like, I don't have anything to talk about or coming in to train, like I don't feel very good right now. It's like, well, it doesn't matter. It's not wanting to do it or
not wanting to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just get in there, man.
Well, and an interesting thing, and I have seen this in both podcasting and jiu-jitsu, sometimes the days when you're just like, oh fuck, dude, I'm just not up for it. But here we go, because this is the commitment that I've made. Sometimes those turn into either your best training sessions
or
your best episodes. And I honestly think it's because you've basically removed all expectations from yourself. Like, I don't feel good today. I'm tired. I'm not setting the bar super high. And then once you don't set the bar high, it's like, oh, I can just relax. And when you relax at jiu-jitsu is when you're the best at jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
And that's a thing that, I just talked to Anthony about this for a long time because I said, bro, your energy is still fucking let's go, like a lot, right? And I said, and don't get me wrong, I like that energy. There's a time and place for that energy, but you have to dictate when that energy comes out, not the role. If the role dictates that energy, that's actually going to start to detract from how good
Yeah.
how well you're doing.
Yeah, that's a spike on the graph.
Yes.
That's not like a trend. It's just like a bam. And that's not good for longevity. I mean, that's my take.
Well, you're a 6-year black belt. We just realized yesterday I've been a black belt 11 years now.
That's nuts, man.
And you've been a black belt for 6 years. Yeah, dude, I've been a black belt longer than all the other belts combined now. Isn't that weird?
That's pretty crazy.
Because it took me almost 11 years to get my black belt. And then it is, I just passed 11 years as black belt.
That's kind of nuts, man.
Well, and it's an interesting thing to think about because people think like, I mean, every black belt on planet Earth will tell you this is like black belt's kind of the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I really have a comprehensive understanding of jiu-jitsu. Now let's start building myself.
It took me a good year. Well, I got promoted and I was still training grappling, doing all the same shit. And then Joao came up the next year. And this is not new to roll with Joao and get your ass kicked, but I rolled with him and I was like, did I just go backwards in time? Like, I'm awful. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, an 80cc gold medalist.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
It's making me feel like I suck.
Yeah. But now I was just like, oh, what the fuck is this? And I needed it. It completely changed the way that I think about jiu-jitsu. But to your point, it's like, that was, I think, getting started. Like, okay, now everything else was the prologue. This is chapter one.
Yeah.
You know?
When you say it changed everything, are you able to articulate that?
Yeah, I had to go, and I'm a fucking brain. I'm a nerd to analyze all this stuff, but I realized that all the stuff that I was doing was just patterns. Just like, do this and expect this. Like, do this move and expect this. It's like, hey, stupid, that's not how it works. Like, you've got to just go with what's presented to you, right? And obviously, like you say, Joao's been there, done that with everything. So that's a really good kind of template to compare yourself against. But I just went home and I just started thinking about it for, weeks. Like, I'm going to do this like I've never done it before and only go with instinct, right? Just based on just residual memory and just, okay, see what sticks. And then just kind of reconfigured and rebuilt my game plan on that.
Yeah, it's interesting, dude.
I really just kind of had to force myself to have a clean slate. And then I changed my game. I don't play the guard as much. I play a lot more top game, a lot more pressure passing. I'm not nearly as aggressive as I used to be. I still, go for submissions. But I just make the connection, and whatever he's going to do, I make sure I ride with it and stick with it and always keep the pressure forward, because that's part of our aesthetic is takedowns, guard passes, and arm bars, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, the blueprint's kind of been made for me, so just let that happen. So,
dude, the forward pressure is something that I don't think that I honed. I mean, I've been a good guard passer, even a good pressure passer for a long time. But now I think of my passing as like, literally, I think of a steamroller.
mm-hmm.
And it's like on someone's feet right now. And I don't care if it's creeping up 1 millimeter per second or if it just fucking crushes their whole body in a second, right? Both are viable passing options.
Mm-hmm.
But the steamroller's moving forward and it's never moving backwards.
Yeah.
It defies physics for you to think you can push this steamroller off of you. And I think of myself as the steamroller. and bro, it's like, and a lot of success in any realm of life can be rooted in delusion. Like, if you believe you're this thing,
you are that thing.
You are that thing. And so I've really been telling myself, it's like, in full disclosure, I backed off of rolling since I committed to the row. But I would say leading into right before the row, I would say like last year's Revolution where the whole team did it. That's the best I've ever been in jiu-jitsu, I'd say.
Nice.
Like, everything was clicking. I felt good. I felt on physically, but more importantly, I felt on emotionally.
Yeah.
Like, I don't normally go to competitions and like, oh, fuck yeah, it's a bad day to be my opponent. Like, and believe it. But that time I did, man.
Yeah.
And so, but I have this delusional self-belief that pretty much nobody on earth can stop my guard passing anymore. And bro, it fucking works. It works.
It's not delusional.
And then people are like, dude, how do you only weigh 205 pounds? You feel like you're 400 pounds. And it's like,
I just made up my mind that I'm going to be a fucking
bro,
steamroller.
I literally said that to my head. I took a lot of mushrooms, not a lot, but a gram. So it's like past a microdose, you're not frying balls, but you're definitely in the medicine.
Yeah.
And I think I've only done that once or twice while rolling. And I had a couple different thoughts. One thought was I was submitting someone and I was like, what is it inside of you that enjoys hurting people? Right?
That's a hell of a time to have that conversation.
That was kind of weird. But the other one is like, dude, I can intentionally make myself as heavy as I want to.
Yeah.
I just have to position and react to all the forces of both my opponent and fucking physics and make myself 500 pounds. And I literally used that number in my head. Today you are 500 pounds. And I swear to God, bro, the bell went off and I won't say his name, but it was, well, I'll tell you afterwards. Right after the bell went off, he looked up at me and goes, what the fuck, bro? You felt 500 pounds today. And I was like, dude.
Because I was.
You can't make... I've never had somebody say that to me with a specific number in 22 years of grappling.
That's crazy.
The one time I think it in my head, that's the response I got when the bell went off. And it's, I mean, fuck, who knows what that's about?
That's reading not for
each
us
other's,
to know. Yeah.
Reading each other's thoughts. Or
that's awesome.
Whatever the case may be. But it's, what I found is, and working with Daniel, not a ton, but Daniel he doesn't even know this about himself. And if I were to tell him this, he'd be like, no, that's not, no, you know, but Daniel has a gift to see the nuances.
Mm.
He can be like, he can watch a move and your brain works that way.
You just kind of see the little mechanics that make it pop.
See the little things, but bro, it's the little things in jiu-jitsu that make you go from good to great. Like the macro things make you go from sucking to good. But it's the little things. And I was at Christy Campbell's house this weekend with Toby. And she's like, she's very good at mobility outside of her fucking knee that got botched up in the military. Yeah. But she said, dude, I don't think people understand the nuance of your hip movement. And I was like, well, what do you mean? She's like, I'm just watching you stretch here. And she goes, the different things that you can do through your mobility routine is how you can just generate that fucking ungodly mother's milk pressure. And bro, you know how you can, people that don't do jiu-jitsu probably aren't even aware of this, but you can hold in a static position. And I'm not talking about where the femur meets the hip, like the actual ball and socket joint. I'm talking about the hips itself, like your iliac crests. You can rotate them forward and pin with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's when you can start to control that forward rotation of your pelvis, that's where shit gets fucking dangerous.
Yeah. Well, and most people outside of jiu-jitsu, you don't discover those ranges of motion because you're not called to. You don't really need to.
Yeah.
If you're just living a life, working a job, doing whatever. Your shoulder's different because you use your shoulder for everything. You use your hands for everything.
Yes.
So we understand the upper body a lot more, but the hips not as much.
And the dexterity to reach for things with your foot like it's a hand. Mm-hmm. And dude, I talk to the kids about this all the time because it's like, oh, I want to grab this dip. Grabbing it with your hand has been something we've done literally as soon as our hands work. Mm-hmm. Grabbing something with your feet, very few, you see kids doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Kids seem to explore their bodies more than adults.
Oh, yeah.
But once you're an adult, you don't grab anything with your feet. In jiu-jitsu, you are grabbing with your, I always say, think of your hands no different than your feet and your feet no different than your hands. Mm-hmm. And if I need to grab your shoulder with my foot, I'm literally going to put like right here on it and kind of bite down and push away and then connect my heel. And now I have control of you with my foot. Mm-hmm. But that mechanics doesn't start at the foot. It starts back at the hip. And bro, you're one of the best at that. Because of your jailbreak escapes.
Yeah, I've always had really good. I've always been pretty flexible, and I mean, I got into martial arts really young, So I started doing Taekwondo when I was like 10, right? And then not long after that, I got into Jiu Jitsu with Charlie. And I watched the Hickson Gracie choke video like a million times when I was like 11 or 12,
So
right?
you knew all the secrets from the time you were a little boy.
And I would just, and especially early on in training when it was just, when life was jiu-jitsu and I had nothing else and didn't have a girlfriend or kids or anything like that. And I just get super fucking baked and stretch and watch jiu-jitsu instructionals. And then just like you're saying, like get into a position and be like, okay, I can go here. There's a little bit of tension here. How long can I hang out here? Oh, I have a lot of motion here. And then I realized, just like you said, like I've got escapes. When you can go from a hip plane here to a little bit more here and then have depth, I started to think about it like if you're graphing things like on an X and Y axis, right? But then imagine that the X and Y has depth in and out to it as well. When I started to think about it like that, I started to realize my position on the mat on an axis plane. So the mat is always the X axis. You don't really have a negative unless you invert, you turn upside down.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have your Y plane, which is your center of mass. And then you have the depth plane, but that only really exists in your own awareness, in your own mind. So like I said, I'm a geek. So I love to think about this kind of shit outside the box. But once I started to just take weird abstract concepts, and then especially music, just positioning and tones and things like aesthetics, like why does this work and not this? It's like, well, you get into the nitty gritty of it and you just experiment and play and play.
And it's interesting because the depth is going to create space typically when you're in like a guard position.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you're in a mount position, the Y-axis is creating space.
Yeah, I'm imposing the depth on you. I'm taking your depth away.
Yeah.
And the way that I think about this too is like you have to, if you're going to graph anything, if you're going to have an axis for anything, there has to be a center point, right?
Don't you love full-grown men talk about just trying to strangle each other at this level of fucking nerd?
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy I can have this conversation. Nobody else. I can fucking.
Yeah.
My wife's just like, that's great, babe. Awesome. When's dinner?
Yeah.
But the center point has to be. So you have a center of mass. Your opponent has a center of mass. Where do those center of mass intersect?
Yes.
At what velocity? At what range? Right. And again, no one's gonna like point it out with a laser pointer because it doesn't exist in space. It's a sensitivity thing. Mm-hmm. You have to read that and you have to read it on your opponent and hope that you have a better read than he does.
Yeah, dude. And
Right?
guard work, takedown defense, recovery, all of that is trying to get your center of mass in an advantageous position in relation to theirs.
Yes.
And bro, that's why it takes 20 years to get good at this.
Yeah.
Because that spot is like a speck of sand.
Oh, it's atomic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're like, dude, a speck of sand is actually 5,000 times bigger than it literally is. Yeah. Well, and it shifts too.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's always moving.
Yeah.
And different people bodies hold that spot in a different place. Like, you ever seen that drill of like females picking up a chair versus males?
No, I don't think so.
You put your heels on the wall, your butt on the wall, and then you lean over and you pick something up, and men get stuck there. And women can lift up because their center of mass is lower in the hips.
Sure.
And so it literally makes a difference in how you move.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's fascinating though, because no matter how many times you're like discovering that position, because bro, almost every single roll, I'll get to a dominant position and then I'll analyze their hips. I'll analyze where they can create space and where they can't, where they can generate force and where they can't. Mm-hmm. And I'll just think of like, when you park your fucking truck on a hill, you put the chocks behind the tires. I just start thinking about where to put chocks around their body so they can't move.
Yep.
Your elbow is one of the best chocks in your whole body. And for some reason, I don't see that taught a lot.
You know, it's really, you shared this with me when we were in California a long time ago. You had done, I was out training someplace and you were doing another clinic somewhere else. And I can't remember the name of the guy, but he had done a top control clinic, right?
I can't remember the name of the guy either, but I remember the clinic, dude.
Yeah. And I had just on the conversation that we had, I've done some of those things every time I'm in top control since, just boxing people in.
Yes.
But what you would express is that the guy says, when I'm in top side control, I'm going to build a coffin around the guy. And he does not escape the coffin. He goes to die in the coffin. And I've always thought about that. Like, oh, well, of course, you just build something he can't escape from. And then just like you say, knees, elbows, your head, and then just box the guy in.
Another thing he said during that same seminar that I've never forgot, he's like, everybody always wants to talk about pressure. He goes, if I'm your coach and I'm sitting in the coach's chair and I start saying pressure, what you know that means is get heavy.
Yeah.
What you don't know is how. He's like,
pressure and weight are not at all the same
and
thing.
so that's what he said. He goes, so I took a deep dive on pressure. And he goes, and I geeked out on it. He was saying the same shit as you. And he's like, the way we maximize pressure is to put the most amount of weight on the smallest amount of surface area. And he goes, and we can do it from the top and from the bottom. And so like he showed me that drill where if you like pull your hand underneath and now you can basically put 100% of your topside pressure right onto your one knuckle.
Yep.
And it's like
just park it right underneath your bones back. Yeah.
Some people will tap from that alone.
Yeah.
So I don't advocate trying that on your training partners. Actually, no, fuck it. Do it to them.
Yeah, go for it.
Do it to them. Let them feel that.
Let them know.
There's certain things, I was telling the team last night, I was showing closed guard passing. And you know how some people like grind their elbows in? And it's like, what are you hoping to accomplish with that? You're hoping your opponent says, ow, that hurts. I'm going to open my guard. Your friends might do that. It doesn't work in tournament jiu-jitsu.
No.
People won't even acknowledge that you're trying to make the inside of their thigh hurt.
Someone tried to do that not long ago, was kind of grinding on my inside of my thigh. And
You triangled them?
yeah.
Okay.
But it was in my head, and I don't like talk during rolling. I don't like the banter and all that shit. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, I've been doing this for a long time. Like, I don't even care. Like, yeah, it's ouch, whatever.
Yeah.
So?
Well, it's because I would never give you the satisfaction of thinking that silly technique has any effect on me.
Well,
even if it's a wince.
Yeah, and it's that, and it's also I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah, that's right, dude.
I don't want you to have the impression that this is valid. Like, come on now.
Fuck, dude. Well, let's just fucking talk about jiu-jitsu the whole time. I think that makes sense today.
Absolutely.
We watched the video. We're just going to go right into it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to play it. And here's the thing. I never really cast shade at other teams or like other gyms because, bro, the truth is every gym in this area I'm friends with. Mm-hmm. Cascade, North Sound, Gracie Bar, all of them, right? But when an entity does something that is literally, like, to me, it feels egregious. I'm going to call you out on it. Mm-hmm. And I sent this out to the team. I sent it to the whole fucking team, man. As the owner and head professor, because I want them to know how not to act on the mats, And so this was a Gracie Baja post too, which is bizarre to me that they posted this as something to be proud of, right? That's shocking, but it's a jiu-jitsu black belt doing something wrong, and then it goes, and a big X is formed. That can't sit like that. His feet are out in front of him. And he moves to Indian style, and then it goes, doo-doo-doo-doo. Like, that's how you sit on the mats.
Like, this is permissible.
You don't sit on the mats with your feet in front of you. You have to sit crisscross applesauce. And then it was, and the whole point of the post is talking about jiu-jitsu etiquette. And it's, I feel like I'm a subject matter expert on jiu-jitsu etiquette because this gym prioritizes the things that matter, cleanliness, friendliness, respect, taking care of each other, taking care of our women and children, like real shit. I don't prioritize the stuff that doesn't matter. And they posted this, and in my opinion, it's prioritizing a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. And I'll talk through each one of these next, but why did gyms do this? The one reason that I kept seeing pop up is it's preserving tradition. Why do you want to preserve a tradition of hyper focusing on things that don't matter? And bro, I saw this in the Army. When the Army hyper focuses on haircuts, it doesn't make you more combat effective. So,
You know, we say this in construction, keep the main thing the main thing. What's the main thing? Going home safe, right?
Yeah.
Nothing you're going to show up to build today is more important than going home to your wife and kids, right? What's the main thing in jiu-jitsu? Just it's exactly what you said. A clean presentation of yourself and respect for the other people.
Yep.
So keep your gi clean, keep your fingernails trimmed, keep your fucking brush your teeth, all that shit. Be happy to be there because we're all happy to be here.
Yes.
Respect each other, work hard, understand your limits, understand when you need to push, when you relax and all that stuff. And then understand what we're doing this for. Just like you say, we're going to be good men, good role models, good citizens. Like this is a lifestyle. This is not just a clinic. We're not just showing up and putting on a show.
No, it's a catalyst of self-improvement in its core.
Yeah. And I've never look, traditions and rituals and stuff like that, I understand they have a very valid place in society. But tradition for the sake of tradition, for upholding the tradition because we do the tradition, okay, that's peer pressure from dead people. Okay, that's what that is. So
this is what we did 200 years ago. You better keep doing it.
But yeah, it comes across as very, and I think that we got equal kind of disagreeable points of view on that clip for different reasons, because you know you're an academy owner, you've seen this, as you said, in the Ranger Regiment, and I see it just as like, because I didn't graduate high school, I got kicked out in my junior year. I had a kind of a rough time,
and you're one of the smartest people I know.
Well, and this is the thing is I was always very defiant. I still am, but the systematized, rigid structure is going to eliminate talent. Not that I'm necessarily a talented person, but I've seen a lot of people slip through the cracks, and it's like, hey, just doing the cookie cutter, cut and dry XYZ thing, you're not going to get the same kind of return. You're not going to get the same kind of results out of the people that you're trying to develop.
You know what aspect of growth that's going to inhibit the most is self-discovery.
Exactly. It's going to reward compliance and eliminate individual discovery, just like you said. And jiu-jitsu at its heart and soul is a journey of self-discovery.
Fuck yeah,
It's
dude.
always been that way. It will always be that way.
Yep.
It's going to be all the other things. It's a martial art. It's a fighting art. It's a skill. It's fitness.
It's a sport.
It's community.
Yeah.
It's a sport. All that shit. But it's a voyage, man. You're on a fucking journey when you're on the mat, and that's always just been self-evident to me. I think, again, because I had like Hickson Gracie imprinted on me at a really early age. And I was like, this guy knows what's up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this is a lifestyle. This isn't just a sport. This isn't just us going out there and wrestling. It is that, but it's more than that.
Well, and here's the thing. This is one thing that I think that rigid structure starts to diminish. Because I always talk about how a pecking order, for lack of a better word, I don't like that, because a pecking order starts to sound like I'm above you and then you're above me. And it's like, I don't really want to think of it as that, but I don't know what else you would call it. But what jiu-jitsu does is that it allows a pecking order to be established that's rooted in reality. Meaning we all know each other's strengths and weaknesses. We all have a very intimate understanding of what you bring to the table. And now we're all comfortable with each other, because that pecking order, or just that, maybe just call it like a social understanding of each other, is established. And then we can just go, Because you can't fucking go anywhere and not have other men sizing you up. Well, subconsciously or consciously, you're sizing them up.
It's just a thing that you do.
It's just a thing that is always present in a male's brain.
Yeah.
And once you've built a tribe of men where now you don't have the sizing up process is eliminated because we already know everything about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now this is who we are. This is how we show up, and we can all just almost relax a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing that's true in that sizing up process is, bro, it's rooted in reality, right? If purple belt Eli kicks my ass, well, then Eli's purple belt jiu-jitsu is better than my 11-year jiu-jitsu. It doesn't feel good to me. I don't like that. I have to make sure that doesn't happen. Here's the things I have to do to make sure that doesn't happen. And like, there goes the journey. The journey doesn't care who you are or what your belt is. The journey's rooted in reality.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I have to raise my, and this is one thing it advocated for in the video, raising your hand, and it didn't say kids class. The dude had a beard. If they wanted these to be kid rules, they probably would have filmed it during kids class. They filmed it during adult class.
Yeah.
Step to the mat, raise your hand, and wait to be granted permission to go to the bathroom.
Teacher.
The dude had a beard.
Yeah. Probably has kids of his own.
That's what I'm saying. For me to think that people come here, they give me their time, which is the most important thing people can give you. Mm-hmm. They give me their hard-earned money. They give me their trust. They entrust me with their children. Like, I have pretty intimate relationships with the men and women that are here. And then there is some strange reason they have to ask me to go potty. But I'm struggling. I'm not even trying to be funny. I had people tell me this weekend because I was telling stories to a group and they were all laughing. I'm like, I'm not trying to be funny right now.
Yeah.
This isn't a joke. I'm being serious. As soon as I tell you, Scott, or maybe Scott doesn't have to ask me because he's a black belt too.
But see, that's a fucked up dynamic too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Scott's a professor. He can pee when he wants to pee. But Tyler Stanaway, you're one of the toughest dudes in the room, but you're just a brown belt.
Yeah. You're not there yet, buddy.
Make sure you run your bladder's desires by me first.
Yeah. Be completely uncomfortable and just sit there in your discomfort while fucking before I grant you permission.
Bro, here's the other thing that I think about it. On a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have 50 people on the mats and I am immersed into what's going on, right? I'm either showing technique or I'm walking around helping individuals. And bro, we're in the vibe of the training. To think that, I mean, I don't even know if it's feasible. When we have 50 people here,
you can't put eyes on everything all the time.
8 people need to take a piss break. Think how disruptive that is to a 50-person class. That for a moment in time, I have to get their attention. And here's the other thing. It wasn't just to get off the mats. It's to get on the mats,
to return to the mats.
So 8 out of 50 have to take a pee break sometime during our hour block of instruction. That's 16 instances in time that I have to direct my attention to an individual that simply wants to fucking step onto the mats.
Yeah, they have to wait. You have to acknowledge them at your own leisure because you're not just going around looking for them. It's that you have to notice them and then grant them permission.
They're not the priority, so you better just wait until I acknowledge you.
It's fucking absurd.
To me, this is what tells me. I think that's only viable in mat rooms that have 12 people. Dude, it's a fucking circus in here, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, like, how disruptive could it be? Like, if you need to get up and take a piss, like, I would never notice because I'm not paying attention to what's going on off the mat. I'm paying attention to my training partner, or if Greg's running an instruction, that's my focus. If someone else has to get up and walk and go take a leak or go get a sip of water or whatever, I have no idea that that's happening because I'm not paying attention to that because it's really not that fucking important.
Yeah. Bro, and then like my brain just always doing crazy shit. I started thinking about like just going through our teammates. And it's like who they are as people, the experience they have, the honor that they hold, like the great things that they've done. And you can just go down the list and think fucking like Adam Livesey.
Yeah, stud.
Everything like that dude is doing so many cool things with his life, and he's an honorable person, and he has this place's back, and he is always imparting knowledge on people. He's like, what about me puts me in like a hierarchy? I can't say the word hierarchy above him.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's because he wears a blue belt and I wear a black belt.
And this is
now I control your bladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
Exactly. Now I can grant your piss break. Yeah. You have to run that by me, buddy.
And then I was like thinking about like Drew Hamlin. Like,
yeah,
who the fuck am I to ever tell him anything about anything? The dude is a fucking awesome,
awesome guy. He's a fucking being. Monster.
Great on the mat, great off the mat.
Yeah.
If anyone wants a fucking life role model on just like parenting and being a husband, like that dude is always in good energy.
Yeah.
And maybe who knows what's going on outside of that, right? Like we all show up here and we decide this is who I bring into the academy, right? And who Drew has brought into the academy every single time since he joined up here is an absolute stellar human being.
Awesome.
But I control your bladder, motherfucker. I can't get over it, dude. I can't get over it.
Oh my God.
and dude, I used to think the same thing. Even in the Ranger Regiment. In the Ranger Regiment is vastly different than the regular Army. In the regular Army, you're treated like a child. Mm-hmm. In the Ranger Regiment, you're treated like an adult. But in like the unit, you're treated like brothers. Like, I'm not here to tell you what to fucking do. You already know what to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what to do, the problem happened a long time ago. I think, dude, we're the special operations community of jiu-jitsu. And I stand behind that because it's like, the proof's in the pudding, bro. When we said, hey, let's have our team show up and see how we do as a team, we went down to the Revolution and won it.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's like, okay, from the technical side of jiu-jitsu, we're better or as good as anyone else, right? But now let's look at the culture that's established here. And it's like, we have not bought into any of that bullshit where you have to, can you imagine if I required people to call me professor?
God, it makes me fucking, this happened to me actually at Charlie's years ago. When I had been teaching there for a little bit and the new guy signed up and he started doing jiu-jitsu. He's like, excuse me, sir, what do I call you? I'm like, yeah. What do you mean? It's like, do we like professor or sensei? I'm like, dude, my name's Scott.
The same, bro.
And it's like, in that gym, we call each other coach. Like, you can call me Coach Scott. That's fine. Like, I don't really care, but my name's Scott, dude. Like, don't get twisted over that. That's not a big deal. Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Will loves calling me professor.
He does to me too. It's funny.
But here's the thing too. Will likes to show respect to you.
For sure.
And that's one way that he does it. It's not a joke when he says that. It's like he likes showing the black belts like that he honors their journey. Mm-hmm. You hear what I said though? He wants to honor. That's his way of honoring what a black belt means, not only to him, but showing that to us too. Mm-hmm. The moment you require that, the honor is stripped. Period, dude.
And that's the thing too, man. And again, I had a traditional martial arts background from, really young. So it's the same thing. I respect everybody. And then the coach is the guy running the class. So the appropriate amount of reverence for the person running the class or owns the academy, and such and so forth. But that all comes from, you're one of us.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if I cover a class or if you're in class and I'm looking at the people bowing out, I'm like, yeah, yeah. There's 3 black belts at the front and 50 people around here. I'm like, you beat the shit out of me. You armbarred me. You almost fucking got me with something. It's like, we're just all doing the same thing. It's like, I'm not like on a pedestal up here. I've just been doing it for a long time.
Well, bro, there's a part of me that thinks bow out should be a circle. I'm considering
It's getting
changing
that
it.
way. There's so many people
Well,
in
that's
that.
the thing. It's almost happening anyways. And maybe that's the universe's way of just saying, you know what bow out really is an opportunity to honor and thank each one of your teammates for showing up and being a good teammate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yep. It's like this. It's like a sending off, like sign off. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Moving on to our
And you
day.
get to hug 50 people.
Yeah.
And bro, you feel it.
Yeah.
Bow out feels good.
Yeah.
Like we're done. We completed this arduous task. We can all go, ah. Some of you are carrying some regret and shame that you think about on the drive home. Yeah. Others are filled with elation. It's like all the things are happening. But bro, I've been thinking about it. It's like, do we need to have it line up by rank? Because even that, to me, even that, sometimes I start to wonder if it's like, oh, the brown belts get to be here. And then the black belts, we get to stand in front of everybody. And so it's like, but I also do understand reality. And it's like, there's a leadership structure in place that helps everybody get better.
Well,
so we're not detracting from that.
Right.
And simply acknowledging it is very different than like strange demands.
Right. And then when you do line up by a belt rank, I get what you're saying, but when you, as a white belt, when you're looking down the line, see all these white belts and then a bunch of blue belts and then a fewer number of purple belts and a fewer number of brown belts and then only a couple black belts, you get to visualize like what this journey is going to look like.
Yeah.
Like one day I'm going to stand over there and then a couple of years I'm going to stand over there. And in a long time, maybe I'll stand up there.
Yeah.
So it's good to see the visual kind of gauge, but I do get what you're saying. It's just like, just line up wherever you're at.
I go back and forth on it.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm not sold because I still line up traditionally. And again, there is nothing wrong with just moments of acknowledgement. And then also bow out is also an opportunity where like we'll address some team things and like if people have a question or whatever the case may be. So it's like there's a realistic leadership element. You just don't I just don't think boasting about it or requiring it is necessary. And which is the same in all the highest functioning teams in the world. You go to the unit and go to one of the squadrons, there's still a chain of command. Mm-hmm. It's just how they treat each other is very different than the ones that are like, get down and give me 25, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing to think about. When you're new to the Army and you are a punk and you are 19 and you do think you got it all figured out, there is a time and a place to say, sit down and shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. There's a time and a place for that. Because one thing people brought up when I was talking about this post was kids class. They're like, well, what about kids class? And what about kids class is a true argument, in my opinion, because I'm not here to teach Drew Hamlin discipline. I'm here to teach him jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. And outside of jiu-jitsu, we can simply be homies.
Yeah.
So there is no Now, that doesn't mean that adults can't learn discipline from here or they can't learn respect here. Those lessons are going to happen, right? But children in particularly, we have a duty to teach them those things.
Yeah. And kids, I've got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. So you want to give them enough independence that they can have the bravery and the courage to like try new things and express themselves. But you also got to have the guardrails up a little bit so they know how to just learn and commit to continue to learn. You don't want them to be, feral, and you don't want them to be just like a fucking drone either.
Yeah.
So that line, especially as they grow, is always kind of changing and shifting a little bit. So I can see that running a kids class. Like we're going to structure this a lot more so that we know that you're getting the right amount of reps on drills, the right amount of reps on, takedowns, the right amount of playtime, just goofing off and having fun. So I can see that structure being pulled in a little bit more for kids because their development process is rapid.
Yeah.
Right. And you've got to this is the beautiful thing about jiu-jitsu. It's the perfect blend of structure and anarchy, right?
Yeah.
You got to have
And based on who shows up, that needle can shift.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just a bunch of degenerates on Friday night. You can just pin it on full anarchy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny, man, because you look at the old 10th Planet DVDs and they're all rolling. They have like bongs on the mat and they're all just fucking, there's like smoke covering in the air. And it's like, well, that's the aesthetic of the gym. Like they can do whatever the fuck they want.
And it worked.
It worked great for them. Yeah.
They got really good.
Yeah. But every academy.
I don't want to acknowledge rubber guard as having any validity, but
Neither do I. But
at the end of the
here we
day,
are.
Eddie Bravo has DVDs and books
Yeah.
on jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And he beat Hoyler Gracie. Like he's done the thing here and there, you
Did
know?
the thing, man. And every academy is the image of the person who owns it and runs it, but also the core group that supports it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So this academy could be no other way.
Mm-hmm.
It is this way. And you go to other gyms. I mean, I haven't been anywhere else in a long time. I don't want to be anywhere else. This is it for me. But they're all a little bit different. They all got their own little structure, their own little hierarchy, because they're all a little anarchy, if you will. It's like we do things the way we do them here for these reasons because these people train here.
Yeah.
So,
And then once that culture's set, you will draw in alignment and you will push out misalignment.
yeah. And people will facilitate that alignment.
Yeah.
It kind of runs itself. It's like a self-licking ice cream cone after a while.
Dude, it's fucking awesome.
It's great.
And some of it is conscious. Like, you know, our hungry blue and purple belts, if they see something going on that's not in alignment, it's getting addressed.
What the fuck? Like white blood cells.
It's like Eli,
great.
I'm gonna get a roll with that guy. You know? But a lot of it is subconscious alignment too. And it's just, you know, I always say everybody's welcome on these mats, but at the same time, some fucking radical fucking liberal ideology, even if they have good jiu-jitsu, that vibe is not going to be able, it's not going to resonate.
Yeah. And
You
it's doing stuff like that too. That's the nice thing about, again, talking about, you know, the balance between culture and then this individuality is like the culture speaks for itself. Like people that are we're pretty open, pretty wide tent here, right? But if you're too far outside that tent, and you try to like, you're going to just get the impression like this really isn't the place for you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know,
You're just not.
or just have the presence of mind to be like, yeah, whatever my own predilections about the world are, maybe suspend those and just make the main thing, just train.
Yeah.
Right?
Another thing that I think is important is the no drama on the mats. It's not like that at all academies, I've heard.
Fuck no, dude.
Bro, no drama on the mats. Like, I don't want to hear about your wife being a bitch to you last weekend. I don't want to hear about how fucking your boss fucked you over. Like, like that energy. And I always say this caveat. If you're going through some shit and you need to talk, the teammates will talk to you.
Yeah.
Right? But even that needs to happen off the mats.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen in the office. It can happen at the picnic tables. But I don't want to hear about your suicidal ideations while we're rolling. That stuff, it's poisonous.
It really
And bro, I told someone last week who was referencing like dealing with an ex on custody shit. You know what I mean?
oh yeah.
And half of the listeners right now know that is a fucking gross battle. I've never had it personally, but when I was, well, whatever, there was a phase of my life where I was dealing with that, even though they weren't my kids, right?
Yeah. I've got a close friend going through exactly that right now. It's just the worst. It's the worst.
I said you can say a couple more things, and then that conversation has to stop because it's not allowed on the mats, not allowed under this roof.
Yeah.
That's a true thing, man.
Yep.
Like everybody that is here has some bullshit in their life that's pissing them the fuck off. And when they step on those mats, it is literally to unplug from that and say, you don't have a seat at this table. And that is what makes this place fucking magical.
Yes.
One of the reasons.
100%.
But that's that tenet, I think, no drama on the mats, like if you are a professor or you're somebody that does have strong influence, because you even said there's a core group of people that kind of set the foundation for like the personality of the gym. Implement that. You don't want people fucking, because bitching about a wife, even if she deserves it, even if she was being a bitch,
Even if you're totally in the right, it doesn't belong here. This is not the place for it. This is not the time.
yeah,
I had this conversation with my daughter a couple weeks ago. She was doing a takedown or something, kind of smacked her nose and got up, and then I think it was Coach Steve. She's like, okay, take some deep breaths. You can see tears were welling up. I think it might have been her first day, and she did fine. Sucked it up and moved on. And I talked to her after. It was like, do you bonk your nose in a takedown? She's like, yeah, it really hurt. It's like, you did a good job. Take your deep breaths. Just remember, only one rule for you is do not cry on the mats.
mm-hmm.
You can cry. I'm not going to get mad at a kid for crying out loud, but it's like, do not cry on the mats. You can cry in the car on the way home. We won't talk about it later. We'll iron it out, but just, you do not do that here. Right. And it's not because you're
insensitive.
Yeah. And it's not because your feelings are invalid. It's not because I'm trying to be a Spartan. Right. It's like, some of that's true, but it's like, I love my kids to pieces, and I don't want them to think like when you're here doing this thing, like you've got to be able to not muscle through that, but just acknowledge it and let it go.
So this is what I tell the kids, and it's in perfect alignment, right? I said, why are we here training? We're in its core, it's a martial art to protect yourself against dangerous people, right? Mm-hmm. If a dangerous person attacks you in the Walmart parking lot and you start going, because that's what crying is. Mm-hmm. Crying is with most children, because I'm a coach, I see it all the fucking time. Crying is more emotional than physical.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like, oh, fuck, my grandmother died and I want to express sorrow. That's very different. Mm-hmm. We can sit down and cry about grandma. These two things are not the same. Mm-hmm. Crying in a state of anxiety is simply you losing control of your emotions go. And right after emotion goes, your physicality goes. Mm-hmm. And once your physicality goes, your jiu-jitsu doesn't work. That's the truth, right? Yep. So it's same thing. Like, makes me happy to hear that Steven was upstairs doing breathing exercises, because I do box breathing with the kids. Mm-hmm. And I say, because it's like, if you're going, you can't do a box breathing exercise. So as soon as they can go 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4, I'm like, boom, you're back in the fight. You're in charge of your body again. Go get them.
Nice.
And more often than not, they're like, that's right, I am back in the fight, right?
Yeah.
And I said, and if you can't stop the tears, okay. If you can't stop the tears, fine. But I want you to control your physiology. Mm. And I use that word, and they probably don't even know what the fuck it means. Right? But bro, it's the same with adults too. If you can nasal breathe, if you can control your breathing patterns, and a 4-second box breathe is the easiest one. If you don't know any other fucking little tricks, you don't have to have some comprehensive like breathing routine. Just go into box breath, because now you're in control. Mm-hmm. And when you're in control, your body's like,
you're back. You
can
can override all that nonsense.
Do you think it is by intentional design or by incompetence that we don't teach the box breathing exercise as part of a kindergarten curriculum?
It could be either, and neither of them are acceptable.
Uh-huh.
I think that so we're homeschooling both my kids for this exact reason, because again, the structured environment yielded some pretty negative results in my life. And fast forward to my first graders reading at a middle school level right now. So it's like, I'm not doing your fucking plan.
Your brain then.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, man. It's just like, I want not just dictatorial control, but I want to set the guardrails for my kid to grow and thrive.
Well, I like what you said, man, how you articulated earlier. Like, they have to be close enough to keep them on track, but then also opened up wide enough for them to have that exploration.
Yeah, because you're the parent, right? You're the one like driving the ship here. Like, I've got to make sure that your life is safe and secure enough,
Well, bro,
and established enough, right?
And I've seen it here 100 times. The kids that come in here with no structure, nobody likes a kid with no structure.
No, it's not going to go well.
And guess what that kid grows into? An adult that nobody likes. Like, there's a reason why, like, on every post that has someone that's like doing something outrageous, it's like the comments are about how there was no father present.
Yeah. Jeez. But for emotional control and regulation and stuff like that, I think, and I mean, I'm not an educator, I'm not in touch with educators, and I think that I hate the word common for anything. It's almost always bad, but the common core curriculum, educational standards are obviously tanking just across the country, but bigger concept stuff like emotional control and emotional regulation, they don't even attempt to address that. And it's like, and the emotional control and regulation is something that you're going to work on your entire life, right? But just like you say, just building a foundation for a kid to understand, like, this hurts, my feelings are upset. That's totally fine. That's totally acceptable to feel that way. And now we're going to take some steps to mitigate that and move on and move past that and acknowledge that like a mature fucking human being. It's just, again, man, it's just like you have this reaction. You're just like bad. You're teaching kids if they just like lose it or grow into a weird state. It's just like, no, bad, unacceptable. It's like, well, you're either teaching your kid that they just have to box it in and never address it, or that they're always just going to reach out in some other weird way. That stuff comes out one way or another.
Of course, dude.
Especially with children, you let them go over time. Like, if you don't have exercises, breathing exercises, or kids are not physical enough in any capacity. I mean, here's a different example. Is they're fucking going for it, which is great. But if you don't put together, not even necessarily a protocol, but just what's the word I'm looking for? Just the discipline and repetition, just knowing like, hey, you're going to go through these things, and also you're going to have the tools to address them. Right.
Dude, it's weird how, like, because a lot of parents are like, I just want, the school should be teaching reading, writing, arithmetic, right? And like not giving them just the open book of life to start addressing anything and everything. And I think there's some validity to that, because once you let the schools start to dictate everything, all the shit they're teaching now is happening.
Yeah.
Right? But there 100% should be some type of like emotional regulation. Self-belief, fuck it, self-talk. Did you ever hear about self-talk?
Oh, no, of course not.
In elementary school?
No.
Not one fucking time. Not one fucking time.
I didn't have
meditation. Like,
right. Yeah. Just something to, yeah. I'm just getting so spun up. I can't even get a train of thought together. I can't express this enough to you, Greg. I despise the public education system. I hate it. I wish nobody ever had to deal with it. And I will never take my children through that system. I'm not trying to preach to parents that have to deal with it, because you have to live your life however you can. You get in where you fit in, but it has done our country and continues to do our country a tremendous disservice.
Well, everything the government touches goes to shit. So it's no surprise that they can't figure this out. Like, and I'm not going to sit here right now and fucking explain some comprehensive program to be able to fix everything. But if you gave me enough time, I think I could fix everything.
You do pretty good.
You know what I'm saying? Because it comes down, again, it's just like everything else. Before I can teach you jiu-jitsu, we have to have a good culture.
Mm-hmm.
The culture is the foundation of making an atmosphere that's conducive to learning. And the cultures of our schools are broken.
Yeah.
The cultures are radicalized and they're broken. So the culture's already broken at the foundation. How we teach them to become what we want them to become, until the culture is addressed, there's no foundation to build off of. There's no foundation to build off of. We can never get forward momentum. And that's what we're seeing. Bro, yeah, you watch some of these fucking videos where these kids go around college campuses and interview people. They literally sound retarded. You can't say that anymore. No, they literally
are.
They literally sound fucking retarded.
Yeah.
And especially when you watch like any of the stuff that's like around the Charlie Kirk thing where they're going around campuses. Because, you know, like for the 2 months after his death, everybody wanted to like, it's almost like in honor of Charlie Kirk. We're going to go to college campuses and talk to people. Because those videos were fucking every single day. You couldn't even have conversations with these kids. And I'm not even talking about, I mean, certainly the division was left versus right. But I'm not even talking about the political side of what they're saying. I'm just talking about like their ability to articulate or free think.
Yes.
Or
it seems like they're reading from a script.
Bro, it's
like developing an idea, developing a narrative. It's like you're not really doing that. You're just going through line items on some meme that you said. Read.
I mean, people call it programming, and it looks like programming. It's like they're not capable of a free thought. They keep parroting the same thing. If someone then challenges what they say, it's instant anger. It's like every single aspect of how you're behaving is showing you to be like extremely incompetent, not well educated, and we see it over and over and over and over at every institution in America, dude.
And the transition from, you know, late high school to young adult to being out in the world and now taking that stuff with you into the job market and just interacting with people and then starting families. Again, if you haven't established that foundation early on, you're going one way or another, you are going to imprint the things that you learned on your children and on the people around you. You could have either developed that by free thinking and asking yourself why, challenging yourself, doing debates, being an open-minded human being. But if you just go through life just having everything that you said imprinted on you and through you, it's like, okay, so are you even a person anymore?
Bro, yeah, they don't feel like people.
Seriously, man, it's fuck, man.
Well, and here's the two aspects of like development too. There's education that is like measurable. What do you know about science? How advanced are you in math? What is your reading comprehension and vocabulary? And bro, I'm telling you, if I took a lot of those tests, I'm pretty sure I'd score very, very poorly. Like that's just my brain, bro. I never was able to grasp all of the different scientific theories and mathematic formulas and stuff. Like it's not in there. However, like socially, I can fucking get very, very far in life without knowing very much shit just because of how you conduct yourself, how you interact with people, how you treat people. And it's emotional intelligence over actual like intelligence rooted in education. Bro, I think I'm a prime example of where, sure, I do have a college degree and I did all that stuff. I'm here to tell you, I don't retain any of it.
Well, and the great thing about social intelligence is that now you can bridge the gap between other people.
That's exactly right.
You build a well-rounded community because no man is an island.
Yep.
We need other people to be doing this stuff. And that's not established with kids either. It's
that's
just
why
like every one of you is going to be like this well-rounded Swiss Army knife, and you're just going to go out into the world and be completely capable and just like well, no.
And the curriculum's the same for everybody. Like, wait, what?
No. And this is something that we found homeschooling is, so we do like a co-op, right? So there's one day a week that she's got electives like actually on the campus, but the rest of the week we take it all home, right? And she was having kind of a difficult time with some of the math because the pages got a little more busy. There's like subtraction and all that kind of stuff. She's like, I can't like concentrate. I could notice you're
I'm
not,
on her team.
Yeah, you're not.
You're adding subtraction now. I'm out.
Yeah,
dude.
get the fuck out of here. You're taking numbers away. Yeah. The fuck is this? But so we talked to the person leading the program was like, try a different curriculum. And she picked it up immediately. And I was like, oh, you mean there's more than one curriculum? Oh, no, there's hundreds of curriculums because lots of bright people came up with lots of new and creative ways to teach mathematics to little kids. And it's like, if you get one look at that and like, hey, good luck, sink or swim. We're going to judge your entire future based on your competency in this one limited aspect.
Bro, that's why part of me hates how one of the biggest debates in jiu-jitsu is the most effective way to teach. Oh no, it's this style. Oh no, it's Danaher style. It's Leo Vieira style. It's like, it's all of them.
Yeah.
And some people are going to gravitate towards different styles of learning.
It's the kind that gets your students to come back and continue to learn.
Yeah.
That's the best way to teach, right?
But I mean, like, and the thing is, it's even been proven. Like, there's different people, what is it? Kinesthetic, audio, and visual are like the three categories of learning that are most people are a combination of those three somehow. And to have all our kids just sit in a classroom all day and be subjected to the same thing, again, doesn't seem, I mean, up until you're 10 years old, you should probably just, almost the majority of school should be outside.
Oh, fuck. You shouldn't even be in school until you're 10.
Right?
Honestly.
Like, but maybe you have like something like what you're doing, like a co-op where it's like, okay, today we're going to fucking build a tree fort.
Yeah. It's like an hour or so of homework a day. And it's like, all right, what do you want to do? Let's go for a walk in the woods. Let's go do something. Go paint a beautiful picture. Go hammer on the piano for a little while. Let's go jam in the garage. It's like, let's just go have fun. You get to do this kid thing one time, so you might as well have a lot of fucking fun doing it.
They play music with you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What's that like? What do they play?
They're it's rudimentary kind of hammering it out.
But so what?
My buddy's got his drum set in my garage. My son can hold tempo like ridiculously well. It's kind of crazy. He's like a fucking little metronome.
A mini Marco Miniman?
Yeah, he's just like hat, snare. He gets off the stool, just stomps on the kick, and I'll just play around guitar and it's like, play Ozzy. Like, okay, let's start playing Crazy Train. He'll just bam, bam, bam. It's a blast, dude. It's a lot of fun.
What do you think it is inside of people that is drawn to rhythm? Because no other animal is. Sometimes you'll see
That's a really good question.
You'll see a dog or a parrot or something almost look like they're acknowledging the rhythm, but I think we're the only ones that are drawn to create it.
I think they're doing it kind of mimetically, like I'm just kind of copying kind of thing. Or maybe birds will do it to like mate or something like that. As you say that, I think because so much of human history was spoken word, just telling stories, and then the stories became songs and poems. And if you're going to dictate anything, you have to be able to measure things in time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you start to develop any kind of like, if I'm going to tell you that, the Epic of Gilgamesh or the Old Testament stories, like if I can tell them in a rhythmic structure, I'm going to be able to remember it better. You're going to pay attention to it better. So I think that rhythm and percussiveness, I think it just as I'm just thinking about this in real time, but I think it has something to do with human beings just keeping track of the development of their culture and their time. It's just like built into you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to think about how many thousands of years we've been on this march, because time waits for no one, right? It's an inevitable part of your life that you're going to have to consider time. That's the big human adventure.
I need
right?
to get stoned for this conversation.
I know, right? I haven't hit THC in a little while, man, but I've been considering getting back on just because I've been rolling so much.
Well, I think, again, the things I ponder, I think everybody probably ponders this stuff. I think before the Great Flood, I'm convinced of the Great Flood.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't think that this should be a theory at this point. But I think before the Great Flood, like frequency, vibration, cymatics, I think that is what we used to heal ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what we used to build. Like, dude, there's rock formations with fucking seams that look like they were poured. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so there at some point that would suggest we had the technology to liquefy rocks. Okay. Or have you seen the vases with the handles on them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That are made out of one single piece of stone carved. Okay, so now there's this.
Nobody can do that right now.
Nobody can do it right now.
No.
So we obviously had ways of building and constructing and communicating, and also I think healing that we might not have, like the brain may not have the memory, but our DNA has the memory.
Mm-hmm.
And when you fucking here, I'm just gonna do it, bro.
Do it. He's getting the drum. He's not getting the axe. I'm going to survive.
All right, so I literally made this thing.
No shit.
Yeah, I took the elk skin and you like get it all wet.
Oh, nice.
And stretch it across this fucking I don't know how many sided figure it is. It's not a dodecahedron. It's like a 20-sided looking octagon thing.
Yeah.
You tie it with animal skin, and then as it dries,
Pulls
it tight as fuck, dude. And when you aim the drum at you and you just feel the vibrations come at you,
I am ready for battle in this moment.
That's what I was just, bro, that is exactly what I was just going to say. A certain rhythmic pattern hit against a stretched elk skin brings a memory or a feeling. So what is that? Yeah, there's
I
something
I think to your point about frequencies too. I mean, there's something. This is the great mystery of human beings is, and every man has this, every person has this, is what am I here for?
Mm-hmm.
What's the story of me? And we're working on that every day. And then it's what's the history of us? What are we really? And that can go down however many different rabbit holes. But I think just like you did that tuning fork thing on my shoulder the other night.
Oh yeah.
That blew, I'm a pretty open-minded person, but that blew my mind. Like I was like, I wonder what's going on over there. And I had this big knot in my left shoulder.
And just got done with a hard night of rounds.
Mm-hmm. My neck was kind of bugging me, and it had been bugging me a couple weeks previously. And I was like, I thought I was over this. I'm not. And you're working on Stanaway. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then you hit it on me. And it felt like this knot that was underneath my shoulder just turned into a bug that was just like getting hatched out of my body. And then it was gone. And now I'm fine.
We're doing some warlock shit.
So what the fuck was that?
We're doing some warlock shit in the office.
You know?
So it's a tuning fork that I've attached a round base to it. Because most tuning forks, they just, like the ones we used to tune our guitars with,
Sure.
They just have the little narrow point, right? You attach a base, and the base is, I think it's hollowed out, but it's still a metal, almost like an exoskeleton type deal. So when you hold it against the body and you hit the tuning fork, you can feel it pulling the vibrations and directing them right into the tissue.
Okay. So it's hollow. It resonates.
Yes.
Okay.
It resonates. And then that tuning fork is tuned. It says 50 on it.
50 hertz.
Is that what it would be? 50? Yeah, I think it would be.
Yeah.
And it says that is the nerve tuning.
Okay.
That is specifically tuned to address nerve issues. And again, say whatever the fuck you want about this stuff. I was at Denver, Colorado for the Gem and Crystal show. And anytime you get fucking gem and crystal people together, you get a lot of other woo-woo people. So this booth was like a sound bath type of booth. And they had all the shit in there. And singing bowls and wind chimes, tuning forks. And I picked that one up and I was like, yep. Like I have. Because it was when I was having issues with my elbow. I get ding. And dude, you could fucking feel it resonating. I don't even know how to describe it because it's simply like a vibration going through the injured tissue, but you intuitively know it's good for you.
It felt like I could feel the buzzing and the vibration. And then I felt like, okay, well then now I can feel waves. Now I can feel the waves looking for something. Oh, the waves found it. Oh, that thing is being pulled into the waves. It doesn't want to go because my muscles are fucking tense, but the waves are going to win. They pulled that thing out. Now it's gone. I'm a believer. Whatever I mean, Jesus, man.
Does your brain not want to believe in like traumas being inside of muscle tissue?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No. I'm a skeptical, cynical person by nature. I just kind of came to that, like, realize that, like, this is just who I am. And that's been helpful for me because I put a question mark on everything, but I test as much as I can. I try to be open-minded, but I absolutely believe that trauma lingers. It's got to, if it doesn't go out, it's got to have a place to live in you.
And then you believe that it manifests into these things in our body.
Yeah. Especially like generational. Like if you don't work your shit out, your kids are going to bear it.
Man, I go back and forth on it because part of me is like, that starts to get too woo-woo. And then part of me is like, no, of course it's that, dummy. Yeah. Because it's a perfect example. If someone flips you off in a four-way intersection and you, fuck you, like that, that just kind of overtakes your body. Mm-hmm. The two times that I did get to step out and impart physical violence on someone in a road rage incident, that feeling dissipates. I know people laugh when I say this, but like,
you sent that feeling somewhere.
I honestly think like your body starts to build this energetic thing because it knows it's going into fight or flight. And you either, when you run or you fight, you are dissipating that energy. And when you do neither, it manifests into like anger,
cancer,
and cancer. That's what I was just going to say. Mm-hmm. And that's probably exactly what you're talking about. Like an emotion that doesn't get expelled. Instead of going external where it was designed to go, it goes back internal. And now you have fight or flight inside of you.
And you are not built for that.
No,
you are not
who wants
designed
that
for that. And that's, again, going back to my rant about public education, is that it's designing people, young people, to just stomach all of that. Right?
Yeah.
And this is, again, going back to even further to jiu-jitsu. This is why it's so important to me that we have this culture and develop these people, is because you got to be able to work that stuff out somewhere. Doesn't mean I come in here and have a struggle session about my life, but it's like, if I'm going through stuff, well, I want to hang out with these people that I love and respect and grapple my fucking ass off and then high fives and see you next week.
Yeah.
You got to put that stuff somewhere. You got to work that stuff out.
Bro, that's another reason why jiu-jitsu is a superpower. Mm-hmm. Because I think so many things throughout the day put you in fight or flight. Like, bro, I would start sweating sometimes, like when I want to just punch my boss. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you need to get fucking knocked out. Raw. All right, we got to go to jiu-jitsu and work that out of me. And so something I thought was interesting, just literally Saturday night, we were up at, we call her our Oracle. Right. Her name's Dawn. She's a woman that's like an energetic healer. Mm-hmm. Like that's the type of stuff she does. Right. And I was laying down and her and my wife, Jenny, and then their friend Laura was like doing a little bit of body work. Like basically like, I don't even want to call it deep tissue. It's more like a lighter tissue. And Dawn says, she's like, oh, right here, the inside of your elbow. Right. Which is, I've been having an issue there. Mm-hmm. And she goes, okay, let's work on this. Let's work on this. Yes, there we go. There we go. And I literally felt like a pop. And I don't know if it was real, energetic or what, but like, my elbow just instantly, like same thing with your back.
Yeah.
Addressed something and was able to just allow my body to release it. Right.
Something escaped.
And then you know what she says to me after that? And she goes, hey, there's no bullshit like trauma attached to these things we're finding on you. She goes, these are simply because you're rowing fucking 40,000 meters at a time.
Getting the reps in, yeah.
She's like, these are from how hard you're fucking pushing yourself. She goes, but know that if you don't come here and release these things that you're building in your body from how much hard training you're doing, they're going to manifest into worse things.
Yeah.
So you don't want that when you go out on the ocean. And she goes, the ideal way to teach your body to release these, she was calling them like, I forget what she called them. But she's like, once you're an expert at identifying these things in your body, she goes, you can actually start to dissipate them as you're rowing too. She goes, that's when you know, like you're dialed in on your body.
So you can recognize them in real time.
As they're forming, you can use the exercise itself to also dissipate them. She goes, that's where I want to get you before you row. And I was like, dude, I like everything about what you just said. Basically, you have the body, you have the ability to heal yourself. You have the ability to heal yourself as your body's being subjected to this trauma. Because I did a full marathon, 26.2 miles on that thing.
Yeah.
That was a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You know? Shit. But my favorite thing is she's like, this isn't like, we're talking about stuff that's related to trauma. Because I do think on one hand over here, it's probably a reality, but not every single fucking thing in your life has to be because of that too. Like if I arm bar and pop your arm and it's like, ow, my arm hurt. You don't have to say, well, it's because when I was 6, my dad told me I couldn't have this.
Sure.
It's like, no, it's because Greg just popped my arm.
Yes, my arm just got injured. That's how it is.
That's a truth too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think both those things are valid though.
I do too.
You know?
Yeah, I do too. But it made me happy to see our healer actually acknowledge it, not as something that's attached to this or that. Mm-hmm. Because I think a lot of healers want to make everything about this or that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it has to be.
No. It's just like with people too, where they say misery loves company. Like if you got bad vibes in your life, your vibe attract your tribe, right? You're gonna have bad people in your life.
A weird cliche setting that is 100 or saying that is 100% accurate.
It is. But if you are hanging on to stuff and you got other problems, it's like, well, it's going to exacerbate those problems because now it's got somewhere to live, right?
You already said it, cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer that's probably literally the foundational cause of everybody's cancer is exactly that.
Just unresolved stuff.
Unresolved stuff that just sits with you. Because, bro, shit sitting with you, and I've had shit sit with me for a long time on different topics, and it's like,
so have
I hate it.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than something that you can feel eating away at your body, but you don't have a solution, or even worse, sometimes there's not a solution. This thing happened to me and it's over. There's nothing to be said. There's nothing to be done. But it's still, you can just inherently know it's not sitting well with you. The energy that is attached to you because of that circumstance feels toxic in your body.
Mm-hmm. It is. It literally is.
I fucking hate that, dude.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? When you got someone that's a doctor that's listening, I would like to know what cancer rates are in people that do jiu-jitsu 3 days a week versus the rest of society.
That data's got to exist.
You think so?
I'm sure it does. Someone did some clip on Instagram, but is physiology on blood travel to the brain in people in jiu-jitsu.
Stronger.
Yeah. And he wasn't saying like, hey, go get choked and make your brain stronger. But if you're defending chokes, defending blood circulation being cut off, you're going to have better blood flow to the brain. Right. Mm-hmm. So it stands to reason that if you're going through jiu-jitsu, you're probably working a bunch of that shit out.
That's what I'm saying. Because we talk about it being like that energetic release. I mean, I'm the first to admit we just got done talking about energetic injuries versus like, oh no, this guy twisted my arm. Your body does get banged up in jiu-jitsu too.
Oh yeah.
So for the good you're getting, isn't this kind of a universal law? It's the yin and the yang. Your body gets this benefit, but then it gets this over here too.
I take great care of my car. I've got a big fucking chip on my windshield. It's just like, that's just life. That's just how it is, dude.
Yeah. I love your analogies, dude.
But there's no reason to live like that. We should know better. We should know that we can work this stuff out. We should know that that's what life is all about, is building the community and working through these things appropriately.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I've always loved the martial arts. And before I started going to church, I started treating this like it was church, because for all intents and purposes, it was.
people always say like martial art, like it martial, meaning it's for combat. In their core, this is what they were created for. I bet they were created even before that for your own health.
Well, you can't do it alone.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can say, judo is from the samurai to fight without a sword. And that's like, yeah, of course. But music, you can play guitar on your own, but even music, it's like, well,
You can only get so far alone.
well, and that's the thing is like at some point it's just like, well, why would I do this? To write songs and play songs by yourself? Okay, sure. But why was it like that in the first place? To tell stories to people, to tell your lineage to people. So even music, it's like you go far enough back, you don't really do anything alone.
Bro, think about this. For every song that you think is that song that just hits you perfectly, like it's in alignment with you energetically, certain songs can like pull emotions out in you. For every song that's recorded that does that for you, there's a billion that were never recorded. They were just played out in the middle of the Amazon jungle one time. And you want to hear something crazy? You know the song? I know you know this. It was Isatari. Is that how you say it? The song that Alex Pereira walks out to.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Have you heard? Do you know the story of that song?
It's not explicitly, but I know it's very, very similar to something that appears on a Sepultura album.
Well, it is Sepultura.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Bro, Sepultura went out into the Amazon rainforest with acoustic instruments. It's on their Roots album. And they said, we didn't rehearse. We didn't talk through it. We fucking circled up and pushed record. Boom.
There you go.
That happened. Like, where'd that song come from? It came from all the hearts and brains of the men and women that were in that circle. And that's what you get.
Yep.
And bro, it's when you listen to that, you feel some shit, dude, because they're singing too, right? And so that's what I'm saying. That was a one-time song out in the middle of the Amazon rainforest. It just so happened a couple guys brought a recorder.
Yeah. Now it lives forever.
Now it lives forever, dude.
I've had, I've got a bunch of different people that I link up and play music with occasionally. It's been a while, but when we were playing, never like writing songs or performing, but just like jamming in our garage and just, drinking beer and shooting the shit. But when we're like dialed in, like you can read each other's minds. You really can.
Yeah.
Like it's not like woo-woo shit. Like I know that you're going to come in with a tempo change, and you also know that I'm going to change the key, and everything's going to change a little bit. We're all just so dialed in. We know it's happening. Don't have to address it at all. And then you'll play like that for hours. It's great.
Man, I wonder what that is.
I don't know. It's again, part of the mystery, there's something I really think that some things are just not for us to know. It's a path that we just walk,
Yeah. You just accept it for what it is and partake.
It's a journey. Yeah. Buy the ticket, take the ride.
Well, and that's the unique thing about a band that is a fucking Led Zeppelin, Pantera. Yes, I put Pantera on that level too.
Fuck yeah.
If for all the things to align throughout history, for those four people to be in that studio at that specific moment, magic happens.
Yep.
It's statistically impossible that happens.
Yeah, no, you get to that point, man.
But then it also, we're all here.
Yeah, there's no coincidences, man. Things happen. Things are the right things are going to happen. And those guys too. I mean, Pantera is a great example because they went through so much work just to get started.
Yeah,
I mean, they were a band for a long time, had lineup changes in different studios and recording albums, and then all the stars aligned, and it was just all their work and all their intention, and it just clicked.
Dude, I think it was obviously Phil was like the keystone to bring together what I think they were looking for.
Yeah.
Because the other guys are the vibe of the music. They are the foundation of it, but they needed Phil to bring it all together.
Yeah.
And when that spark hit, bro, they rode that wave for a long time.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as it hit, it started fizzling out too. You know, I shouldn't say as soon as it hit. They had what did they end up having? A 15-year run or something.
Something like that, yeah. But it's just like you say, though, it launched.
It launched
into a fucking orbit, and
it fucking crashed and burned too, man. And I hate. I mean, I'm so grateful that my youth was like their prime. Get to see them on like 5 or 6 different occasions.
That's so awesome, man. I never got to see Dime.
Oh, you
never did. Never did.
Bro, I saw Dime on his last tour, Damage Plan, bro. In a little hole in the wall in Seattle somewhere.
I can't remember what stupid thing I had going on, but I missed that show. And then when they came back around, they had to cancel at the last minute because the show box was having some kind of electrical issue.
Oh, shit.
And then they moved the opening bands down to another club. And I did see that show, but Damage Plan did not play. So, damn it. But,
bro, I mean, 2 days ago was the 21st anniversary of Dimebag's death. Which makes me fucking feel old, dude.
yeah, I know. I was 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 22.
Yeah, I was
No, I guess I would have been 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been 24.
I was devastated, dude. I was in pieces. Like there wasn't enough going on in life at that time. Now my fucking hero got shot in the head. God damn it.
I was in Ramadi, bro.
Oh my God, really?
I was in Ramadi, and I was more sad about that than anything else that transpired that entire deployment.
I get it.
Bro, no, like fucked up things happening in war.
That's what you're there for. I mean, it's a sad
There's
thing.
an
That's a terrible. I've never been. So.
No. You're right. When it doesn't matter what you're doing. If this is the expectation of the outcome, when that outcome happens, it's not like, oh my God. It's like, no. We're here trying to kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I shouldn't say it's certainly a tragedy, but it's not a surprise. I guess that's how you could put it.
Mm-hmm.
Dimebag Darrell getting gunned down was...
It was a tragedy and a surprise.
As out of left field as possible.
That just does not happen, you know?
Bro, especially him, because he was the guy. I know everybody always talks about like people when they're dead, like they're this fucking messiah.
You get put on a pedestal.
You get put on a pedestal. Bro, I've fucking personally been in the room with Dimebag twice as a boy. 16 years old, right? And the personality that is on all the fucking Pantera home videos is him.
Yeah.
It was like...
That was that guy.
16 years old. Oh, bro, you need to have a drink. Let's do this one Lone Star style. Like all that shit. And here's the thing, man, because we've all watched those videos, right? If that's a show, he never stepped out of character once, dude. You know?
I love it.
And when you're the guy that is literally all good vibes, no drama, and just fucking giving your all to music, and then you get taken out, it's almost like, like nothing's sacred, nothing's safe, dude.
It's a hard thing to deal with because it's just like you look for silver linings sometimes in losses or in hard issues, but there's no silver linings to some things. Some things are just terrible, and then that's just like, that's how it is. And that's not to just say, oh, it is what it is and move on. This is like, no, you have to understand like trauma and tragedy and some things, terrible things happening. It is that way. It must be that way. It can only be that way. Mm-hmm. That's a part of being a human being too.
Man, I know. I hate how it like the Pantera fucking era ended in a second, you know?
Yeah.
And even though they were already broken up, bro, Pantera or bands are like fucking wives, dude. You go through seasons where you never want to see them again. And then you go through seasons where you love them unconditionally no matter what, right? Like those guys eventually would have fucking worked things out, you know?
I'm sure they would have, yeah.
And you would see what you're seeing now. They'd probably be doing the tour. And I also think Vinny would still be alive.
Yeah.
Because his heart probably exploded from 15 years of sorrow. I mean, imagine.
shit, yeah.
I mean, him and Dime were almost one entity since they were fucking little boys.
They're only ever going to play together. They only ever did play together.
Yep.
You know?
And then he did some of that like shit with his Hell Yeah project.
It was fun, but it was not. I mean, it was just doing it to have fun, which is a perfectly valid reason to play metal.
I don't fucking fault him for it. Yeah. But the magic was gone. And I'm not saying the magic was in Dime. I'm saying the magic was in the synergy of those two guys. Yeah. You know? And then when your whole identity is around you and your brother being this thing, and then he's not only taken from you, it's not like he crashed a motorcycle. You know what I mean? Yeah. The way in which it happened, I think that's what slowly killed him too.
It's not fair, man. It's not right.
I know. Fuck, man. And then you got rock stars like Ozzy, who went out in the most metal and memorable and powerful way fucking possible, dude. And right out of Zach's fucking mouth, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, he knew.
It's kind of totally different area. I never got really into David Bowie, but I remember going to a party. This is before David Bowie had died. And
when did David Bowie die?
Oh, 10 or 12 years ago, something like that. But I was at a party and just talking about music, and David Bowie came up. I was like, I never really listened to David Bowie. And my buddy was just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Go home and listen to The Man Who Sold the World. I'm like, okay. So the next day, and it was a weird thing, a weird coincidence. Like, his name had kept coming up, and I'd heard him on the radio. I think he had just put out his last record like that week or something like that.
2016, you nailed it.
Okay. And anyway, it just like kept coming up. I was like, that's weird. Okay. So I go home and I bust out my laptop and I put on The Man Who Sold the World, and I open a news tab, and the first thing I see is David Bowie passes away today. Like, what the fuck was that? Yeah. Like, all these weird signals had just been coming down. And I was like, okay, I guess I just listen to David Bowie from now on. Like, fuck, what the fuck was that? But it's weird when people,
what is that?
Yeah, people in the culture, they just like, there's just lightning bolts that just kind of get sent out. I can't make sense of that. But again, it's just not for me to know. Like, why was I hearing him on the radio, and why was I just hearing him in weird conversations, and why did I just like decide like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this record now? Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened there?
Well, you say it's not for you to know. And I think that's a healthy place to occupy, but I also don't think it's wrong to try and figure out why. Yeah. Right? As long as throughout history, humans that can't figure out the why, what do we do?
Invent one.
We invent one.
Yeah.
And as soon as you invent one, you've kind of ruined the whole purpose of the odyssey of asking.
Yeah.
And when humans don't have answers to things, like it's like, oh, well, it's because of this. And then you put it in a book and enough people believe it. And now that's the why.
You establish it, you run with it.
And now you're no longer looking. Yeah. So I think that's one of the humanity's biggest fucking mistakes.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is it's easy to look back on things that happened 1,000 years ago and be like, we didn't understand what lightning was, so we invented Thor, or whatever the case may be, sure. Right? We literally see scientists and people still doing it right now, where it's like, oh no, look at this evidence that suggests, again, the Great Flood, which we mentioned earlier, since it's happening outside the gym right now. The scientists that have already like established theories as to why things are the way they are, they look at like Graham Hancock as a kook.
Yeah.
Like, nope, it's this way.
Yeah. If you've built your entire career and your entire legacy on something that's just going to be torn to pieces.
Like, yeah, but bro, if someone came in here tomorrow and was like, oh man, you spent 22 years of jiu-jitsu. I have an art that absolutely just shuts jiu-jitsu down and there's nothing you can do about it. The first thing I would say is, show me.
Sign me up.
Yeah, let's see. Show me.
Yeah.
And then if it was true, okay, like you're right. There's going to be a pill to swallow. Like, fuck, man. I spent so much time on this, but there's also this out there now. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't that be what excites people? Shouldn't all those scientists and archaeologists be like, oh, wait a minute. I know we thought this, but what about this?
I've never understood that lack of curiosity in people. Like life's an adventure. It's supposed to be. You do it one time,
Yeah, so what the fuck,
you
dude?
know? So, but again, just talking about building cultures and building people and building a place for them to grow and thrive and self-discovery, just like we said. It's what I want for my kids. It's what I want for my training partners. It's what I want for my friends, you know? And I don't want to facilitate in any way anything that's going to take them away from that,
Yeah.
you know? So I've had, I mean, just experiencing life without those things. It's just like, it's not good. It does not go well. And then when you have something, you have a culture, you have like, okay, we're going to show up here and do the thing and make each other better. It's like the lights come on in an old decaying house,
Yeah.
right? It's like, oh, it's actually really nice in here.
And with a little bit of effort and cleanup,
Yeah.
everything starts to come together.
I think now I have a home. Now it's a beautiful place. You know?
Yeah, this is a little out of left field, but we only got 15 minutes left. This is very important to share.
Bring it.
Transgender athletes. I've come to a conclusion on this.
This is going to be good.
If you are a man transitioning to a woman, stay the fuck off my mats.
Yeah, fair.
If you're a woman transitioning to a man, it's going to be a long... If everybody on the mats thinks you're a man and you're not, that's going to be a long day.
Best of luck.
But that's your decision, though. That's your decision.
Yeah.
Because we had an incident, bro.
Really?
One of our athletes was training in Texas at a different gym. A man that is now a woman knocked her out with a knee to the head, dude.
Whoa.
You ever heard of that in jiu-jitsu?
No.
Now, my nose has been broken 5 times in jiu-jitsu. That's a truth. Sometimes shit goes bad. I've never been kneed in the head so hard or even remember seeing someone kneed in the head so hard that they lose consciousness.
No.
No, okay. Like 2 black belts that have been doing jiu-jitsu a long time. And this man that now wants to be looked at as a woman said he just basically beat the fuck out of her, dude.
So this is a female training that had a fucking...
One of our girls,
Oh,
one of
God.
our girls got knocked out by a man that thinks he's a woman.
That's disgusting. The word for that is disgusting.
Makes me want to go down and skin him alive, dude. That's what it makes me want to do. Like, and you know, like we've seen all of these, like, oh, this Leah Thomas and all these men that want to take away from women's accomplishments, right? Or these power lifters. Like, can you imagine, like, I'm going to outlift girls and then I'm going to feel like a champion, right? Like, we already know that there's something off and there's something gross about it. I think it might even be deeper than that. I think these people may enjoy like diminishing who females are and like by taking away their power and diminishing their accomplishments. Because, bro, I've never in my life heard of a man or a woman knocking another man or woman out with a knee to the head during jiu-jitsu. Yeah. The one time I hear it, it's a transition from male to female. I'm wondering if it's like, hey, I'm a girl now, so I can go as hard as I fucking want on you. Do you think that's what it is? Because, bro, I could knock out every girl in the gym inside of 30 seconds. And that's not me boasting. When you're a 210-pound man that knows how to fucking generate power.
It's just a matter of fact.
It's physics, dude.
Yeah. I think that, okay, a couple things. This is a problem that I have with transitions athletes is because they don't present like a charter for like why they're doing it, like for exactly what reasons. And therefore it's wide open to interpretation. And that can be a big problem because people can run away with it with crazy narratives. Mm-hmm. They can say, you know, you're committing blasphemy or they're satanic or whatever like that. And it's like, those are all valid if I don't know what the fuck you're doing this for in the first place, right? It's just like we were saying with sky gods and lightning and all that kind of stuff, right? It's a similar thing. So it stands to reason, like, yeah, okay, I'm going to defy everything about reality in order to destroy your understanding of reality, right?
Yeah, of course.
But but you can't pin it on anything because it's like none of this stuff is explicitly expressed. Like, I'm doing this for this reason, right? It's just the damnedest thing. I'm probably thinking about it way harder than I need to because it's just some people are fucking assholes and they want to hurt people.
Bro, I think it's and this isn't being said to hurt anybody's feelings. I think this is just as simple as it is. It's a mental illness that we have got behind as like an identity. Yeah. Imagine if we started celebrating schizophrenia. Hey, people that don't hear other people or people that hear other voices, it's because they're tapped into the divine. Those voices are real.
Yeah.
They're actually a class of people to be celebrated. They actually know more than you.
Actually, they get preferred status.
Oh.
And again,
because, bro, it's what it is. It's a mental illness that we're being manipulated into celebrating. And that's actually really bad for both sides of the coin. The individual person having their mental illness celebrated, especially when they're 11. Like, come on, dude. You're
not even really developed as a person yet. You got a long way to go.
I think it was Rogan that said, you can't get a tattoo, but you can have your dick cut off.
And just, I mean, all this to say, I mean, nothing but just shame and disrespect on the people that facilitate that. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the truth. Like you just said, like, you can't necessarily pin it on an exact reason. But the one thing that is 100% fact is the puppet masters that are orchestrating this shit, their intentions are evil.
And I think too, I wonder about this sometimes because it's like Carl Jung said, people don't have ideas have people. I definitely believe in like, spirits necessarily, but like heavenly bodies, like things influence people. Like you can tap into things, you can tap into like frequencies.
Yeah.
They can overcome you and kind of drive your life if you're not established as a human being, right?
Are you also saying how like a guitar player can say, I'll tap into source, and like, where'd that song come from? You say, I don't know.
It's got it. Sure. Yeah. Yes,
okay.
Yes. So some forces just take people over, and then some idiot comes up with an idea like, oh, that's a good idea. And they'll just align towards it because they don't have any grounding in the real fucking world. They're obviously not doing jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah,
they don't have a strong community, right? They don't have strong leadership. And those ideas just run away. So sometimes I wonder, like, it could be like a coordinated effort, but I think some people are just really stupid and weak, and stupid and weak people just glue together.
It's just a byproduct of low standards, no expectations, no accountability. And when you allow those things to start to manifest into actions,
it turns into a school of fish.
This is what you fucking get. Mm-hmm. I bet you're right, dude. Or maybe
it could be both. Either one is valid.
I think it could be a combination of both.
And again,
this is happening, and now certain people are seizing the opportunity to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
If I had to bet on what it was, probably that.
Yeah. I think it's somewhere down the middle because, again, just like you said, what are you doing this for? What's the point? Where'd this come from? What's the charter? What's your list of demands? Like, what are you doing? And that's never been explicitly explained to anybody.
Did you see What Is a Woman? Did you watch that documentary?
I did not. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But it's funny watching the African tribal response to transgenderism.
Yeah.
What if he wanted to become her? And they just laugh about it.
Like, what? Yeah.
It's so silly. And it's like, dude, if it's silly to indigenous people on like a moral and ethical level, Come on, dude.
Yeah,
Let's,
and in our
it's,
big brains,
it's as far out of alignment with the natural world as possible.
And that's the thing too, man. We're so over intellectualized with things. It's like we have to invent new problems to solve. It's like, no, you really don't. You need to do away with a lot of other problems.
Well, bro, that's Western cultures. You
Yeah.
want to talk about our biggest problem? It's that we invent problems.
Yeah.
That's our biggest problem.
Yeah.
If you go to these tribal cultures where life, I'm not even saying life is necessarily dangerous, but I'm sure it's exponentially more dangerous than our life, right? But it's not so much the danger aspect, it's just the hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to drink a water, you and your mom have to walk a mile to the river and fill 2 buckets. If you have to do that, you're not going to be depressed about what the kids said to you at school.
Every day is a blessing, right?
You know? And half the time when you're getting that water, you have to worry about dinosaurs snatching
what's in the
you.
water?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that's your real life, suddenly all the shit that like affects Western society doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. That doesn't mean I want to start fucking having to get water out of my river. But what it does mean is we need to be cognizant of the fact that our day-to-day life is not confronted with conflict and what that does for us and how we have to mitigate that.
You have to impose difficulty upon yourself because you have to have those challenging moments, and you have to have that prioritization, that reconfiguration by just doing hard shit. Right.
Well, have you seen, there's a chart, it's like a 360-degree chart of emotions, and it's every emotion you can feel on one hand is like the white side of the emotion, and then it's like the dark side of the emotion. So it's like fear is here, and on that same frequency, or fear is down here in the dark, on that same frequency over here is excitement, right? So it's like, oh, so every emotion you feel has a good and a bad side to it. And so if everything in your life is good, like you're only thinking that you're going to operate in one side of this yin and yang, now you don't get to experience any of it. And that's why it goes haywire when you try and make life just about this one side of the light.
Yeah. Because fear can be having a hard conversation with somebody and freaking out at them over politics, or fear could be going on a roller coaster. It's the same physiological response, right?
Fuck roller coasters, dude.
Yeah, no. Ugh. Disgusting. Ugh.
I have never been a roller coaster guy.
No.
Until last year, because Reagan was 12 years old, and she wanted to go on all the biggest, gnarliest roller coasters in the theme park. And I said to myself, there's nothing your daughter is going to
She's not going to flex on me.
She's not going to partake in that I don't do because I'm afraid. So I was like, I'll go. I didn't even like let her know. I was like, oh no, I'll go on any ride you want to. Of course I will. Right. So bro, we go on all, and we're in, we're somewhere in Idaho, Silverwood or something.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of gnarly roller coasters. Like, dude, at the end of the day, I remember just thinking like, fuck, dude. My nervous system can't handle this shit anymore. And then the next day, that machine that goes upside down with people spinning on it gets stuck.
Of course it did. Fuck.
Now, it wasn't, full disclosure, it was at like a neighboring theme park, but they had the exact same ride. And they got stuck upside down for 30 fucking minutes. And I'd just done that one the day before. And I was like, see, that's why I don't do that shit.
That can kill you. You ever see, I mean,
no, dude, bro, there's a thing. If you're hung upside down, especially if you're in like a harness.
Oh yeah.
Because it starts to restrict blood flow. Upside down alone can kill you, but being in a harness upside down is even worse.
We went to the Monroe Fair, this last summer, and just looking around at some of the rides, and they're like propped up on cinder blocks and like just wedged together, and just like, oh my God.
Meth heads that probably have felonious warrants use they're using the traveling carnival to never be seen again. And they're setting up this thing that flies into the air 100 feet called the octopus. and you're hoping that they threaded every fucking bolt and put every fucking cotter pin in. No, thank you, dude. You know, like what the fuck are we talking about?
Oh God.
Well, fuck, that puts us at 2 hours, bro.
Nice, man.
You got any final thoughts or anything you want to put out before we wrap it up?
That was good, man. Had a good time. I appreciate everybody that trains at this academy, and I appreciate you for not running it like a cult.
Bro, like I
We
always
could have
say,
gone down that, hit that a lot harder. I'm glad we didn't. This was a lot of fun, but yeah.
this place will only be known as a cult once I have sexual rights to everybody's women. So if I start requesting that, it's probably time to pull away.
Moving on.
But bro, hey, that's the truth. Every cult starts with, oh, it's this, it's that. Now I get to fuck your wife. And it's like, and there's men out there that are like, okay. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, of course.
I know things are getting a little weird, but this all makes sense now. Have my wife.
Now
dude.
we're good. Yeah.
And bro, if you're part of an or if you're part of a group of people that submits their wife to you, you're destined for failure because your team is all weak men.
Yeah, you're going to hell.
So full disclosure, I don't want access to anybody's wives, and if that ever were to be the case, like light my car on fire or something. Right? That's what we're supposed to do. So.